Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So today we'll be taking a look at my favorite Dinobot. Now this is not the Studio Series 86 version, but it is one of the previous figures of this favorite Dinobot of mine, and it is the Power of the Primes Voyager class Dinobot Grimlock. So let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man, let's go! And here is Grimlock himself, fully transformed into his T-Rex mode. Now first, we shall take a look at the collector's card that he comes with. So you can see here, there is Grimlock, all in Dino mode, the Power of the Primes. Got the Prime symbol right here, and you come to the back here, he is Prima Grimlock. He inspires allies with courage and might. Yes. So that is pretty much it for the collector's card right there. And we can take a look at the accessories that he comes with first. So he does come with combined mode feet right there. Yes, he is a combiner right now, so so I will do a review on all the Dinobots individually, so then we can actually go on to combining them to not Bruticus, Volcanicus, there we go. So yeah, we can actually do that, you know. So yeah, he does come with the combined mode feet, and one more thing he comes with is the I almost said Primaster. It's the core. It's the Enigma of Combination, which is pretty cool. Now, this section right here, if it's not blatantly obvious, is a Titan Master connection. So you can actually take one of your Titans Return figures, you know. You can actually take this, take Hot Rod for example, and you can actually plug this on Hot Rod's head if you want to, and make some disturbing things. Yeah, it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. Now he's Shockwave. Oh my gosh. Anyway, just take this off. Take this off. Oh man, that was so disturbing. That was literally disturbing. Anyway, but yeah, the Enigma combination is quite similar to a Titan Master, but you know, it does not transform into a little robot, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I kind of wish it transformed into a little robot, you know. It's kind of no reason to not to make a robot mode out of this, but anyway, it is what it is. So you can actually do a couple of things with the Enigma of Combination. You can actually plug in to the feet right there, and then power up the feet. There we go. You can actually do that if you want to. That's pretty cool. It's really nice. And if you want to, you can actually take Grimlock's mouth right here. Just bring this down. There is a slot right here, and you can actually take this and just plug that into his mouth, and he is eating the Enigma of Combination in his mouth. Which is pretty weird. But anyway, so just put off the Enigma outside and put the feet off to the side as well. And we shall take a look at the Dino mode itself. And it looks okay. I mean, the tail, I feel like the proportions on the tail, it just looks weird. I don't know. This one kind of looks like he has a salamander tail. You know, he has the tail of a salamander. But anyway, but yeah, but all around he does have some nice detail. You got the Autobot symbol right there. That's obviously going to be the robot mode chest, and nice goldish, you know, plastic color. And not plastic color, but it's kind of, you know, yeah, the translucent plastic, and you got gold underneath it, which is pretty cool. You got a little bit of red here on the hips, and a little bit of gold right there. And these little tiny feet. He shouldn't have tiny feet. My goodness. It that no. That's no. But anyway, but yeah, you got the Autobot symbol sticker on Grimlock's head right there, which kind of likes to peel off on mine, unfortunately. So, that's what it is. And he does have some nice red for the eyes, and some teeth right there, which is pretty cool. And again, you got the same deal with this translucent plastic with the gold underneath it, which is pretty cool. And you do have some nice stickers right here, and these stickers are supposed to resemble the G1 toy stickers, which is really, really nice. Pretty cool. And you got this big chunk right here, that's more for combined mode. So yeah, he does have a combined mode. Pretty cool. And you do have 2 Titan Master pegs, and if you want to, you can actually take a Titan Master or Prime Master, or Prime Master in this case. You can actually take Prime, just plug that in, and there we go. He's standing on Grimlock's tail, and being dangerous about it. I don't know. So there you go. Yeah, the proportions on this figure is kind of weird. I mean, it still looks good, you know, nicely detailed all around, but the proportions are just a little bit off. Like the tail is a bit too big, and the toes are just too tiny, little tiny toes. So, yeah. Articulation wise, the mouth can actually open and close, which is pretty cool. You can use that hinge to move the head up and down, and you can you can't rotate the head. The arms, little dino arms are on the ball joint, can rotate a full 360, you can move in and out. You do have ratcheted joint for the hips right here, and you can actually move them in and out, and that's for the shoulder joint. And you do have a swivel right here, and you do have excuse me, anyway. And you do have a double jointed knee, but that way only can bend. They can bend the other way as well, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, and no ankle tilt, no foot joint, no foot swivel, unfortunately. But anyway, the tail can actually move down on the ratchet, move up and down on the ratchet if you want them to. You can actually flip this up if you want to, but that's gonna untab everything and, you know, undo everything. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for the articulation. Nothing much to write home about. If you want to store the combined mode feet, there are little posts right here, so you can actually take one of the feet and just plug them in right there, or you can actually take both feet and just plug them in right there. And yeah, that's totally ridiculous. So yeah, I don't plan to store these right there. So just unplug these, unplug these, so that we can actually go to some comparisons. Here is Power to Prime's Grimlock compared with the Cyberverse Deluxe Class Grimlock, with the Studio Series Leader Class Grimlock, and just because here is Grimlock compared with the Kingdom Leader Class Megatron. So that is pretty much it for the Ultimate comparisons. Okay, so I think we are pretty much done with the Dino modes, and now we shall transform Grimlock into his combined mode. So yes, we're gonna go to the combined mode first, and then we will end it off with the robot mode. So first things first, you want to untab this and split all this in half, and there we go. So now, you want to take this section right here. Actually, no, you want to keep this tabbed in. So now just bring this over like so, and this will just flip out the combined mode head for Volcanicus. So there you go, and this will just bring this panel down, bring this red piece down. There we go. Just bring this down, and there you go. So there you go. Just sit there. It just sits there right there. So that's pretty cool. And then you want to take this section right here, just split this and just raise all this up. Just like so, just like going into robot mode. Just raise all this up, and there we go. So now, you can see there is a slot and there is a tab. So you have to make sure that this is situated in a way that this tab can actually go into that slot. So just straighten all this up and just bring this out, clip it into place, and just bring this down, and that will tab it into place. So now, you want to take this and just bring this around, and there is a tab. We'll just tab into a slot right in there. So just fold this in like so, and the instructions tell you to flip out the hands, but I'm not gonna do it because it doesn't even matter. So there you go, and then just straighten out on the other side. Just bring this out, clip that into place, and just bring this down, tab into place, and just rotate this around and just fold this all the way in until it tabs into place. So there you have that. So now, you want to take this whole section right here, just untab this, and these two tabs right here will just go into these two slots right in there. So there you have that, and just rotate this around. Oh wait, before you do that, you want to unpeg all this, straighten this up, and just bring this down, and now you have the clearance to rotate this around. So there you go. And there are, you can see here, there are two little Titan Master pegs, so you can actually plug in some Titan Masters or Prime Masters right here if you want to. So just split his tail right here, just bring this up, and now you want to take this section right here, just rotate this around, like so. So that is the front of the shin, and there we go, front of the thigh anyway. So there you go, just bring this down like so, straighten all this up, there we go, and hold on, let me raise up the camera a little bit more so you can see the full torso mode. And I think we are done. Are we done? Yes, we are done. Woo, we are done. So there you have Grimlock fully transformed into his torso mode. It actually looks pretty good. It actually looks like a decent torso mode. I definitely do like the torso mode on this figure. Really, really cool looking. And I definitely like the head sculpt for Volcanicus. He looks really, really cool. I love that. It's like a Grimlock head sculpt with a crown. I mean, the gold paint kind of resembles a crown, but anyway. So yeah, I got a red for the visor and silver for the chin. Yeah, really, really cool. And you can actually bring the head up and just open this mouth section right here, and you can actually just power up the torso by slotting in the Enigma combination right there if you want to, and that's pretty cool. But I just leave this down like so it's not jarring like straight out. So yeah, and you can actually do something with these ports, but we'll get into that when we get into the full-on combination for Volcanicus. So yeah, pretty cool torso mode. Just take this off right now, and we shall continue on with the robot mode itself. So we gotta do it in reverse now. So just rotate the waist 180 around like so, and you want to bend at this hinge right here, and there is a post we plug into a butthole right here. So just make sure that this is unclipped, and then just bring this all the way up, and we'll just peg into place. So there we go, just bring this all the way down, and that will tab into place, and there you go. And you want to rotate the leg forward, straighten up the legs, rotate the leg forward, straighten up the legs, like so. And we are pretty much done with the legs section right here. And now you want to untab all this, just bring the arm out like so. You want to untap this and just bring this down just like that. Rotate this around so the elbows are under properly, and just flip out his fist just like so. And there we got one arm all done. So the same thing on the other side, just untap this, unfold that, just rotate it to the side like so, and just untap all this and just bring this down and just flip out the fist, and there you have that. And you want to make sure that the combined mode head is already flipped in. So just tap this and just flip this in. Oh wait, you want to make sure that the gray piece is above the red piece. Just flip this down first and then flip this down. So there you go. And just untap the dino head and just bring this to the back just like so to reveal the robot mode head. And I think we are done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we are done. So there you have Grimlock fully transformed into his robots mode. Let me situate the camera a little bit more so that I have that. So yeah, his robot mode looks okay. He looks aight. You know, he looks aight. He looks okay. I mean, the proportions on this figure kind of looks off to me. You know, the arms are a little bit too skinny, and the legs are just a bit, I don't know, a little bit. I mean, he's a pretty cool figure, but the proportions are just off, in my opinion. And his head is just too tiny on this big, gigantic chest body of it. Oh, which is funny, which is which is punny, which is funny. There we go. So yeah, let's get in closer so we can take a look at that head sculpt of his. Look at that. Look at that head sculpt. Really, really nicely done, Grimlock head sculpt. Nice red for the visor, and that's it for the paint on the head sculpt. You got the Autobot symbol on the chest, and it's nicely detailed. You got more G1 toy stickers right there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, again, nicely detailed. It's just that the proportions are just off, like literally off. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to look at this figure. That's why I wanted to review this figure first before the Studio Series 86 Grimlock, because I want to look at the older figures before the new figures, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's fun to review old figures, so yeah. Anyway, so his articulation, the head is just is on a ball joint. You can't really rotate the full 360 because the red piece is actually blocking the way, but it can actually rotate around, so that's pretty cool. And you do have a little bit of upward movement from the head, and you can't really move down. If you move these back, the shoulders do have full rotation right there on the ratchet. You can move in and out, and you do have a bicep swivel. You do have a double jointed elbow, which is pretty cool. And the hands, no wrist swivel, but the hands can actually move inward due to transformation. I do like how the hands have the claws is molded in, which is pretty nice, pretty cool, just like Wolverine. So he has little tiny Wolverine claws. Oh, that's pretty precious. He does have a waist swivel. It's on a ratchet for some reason. The legs are on the ratchet. On the soft ratchet, can the legs can move up that far. Can move back only that far because the silver piece is actually blocking the way, and he can do the full splits on a nice ratchet joint, which is pretty cool. You do have a swivel above the knee, and you do have a ratcheted knee joint. So yeah, he does have a lot of ratchets in this. So yeah, pretty cool, in about 90 degrees of bend. And no ankle tiltage, unfortunately. Oh man, well, this figure is not that posable anyway. So yeah, you can actually use the combined mode feet in robot mode as well. We'll just take robot mode. You can actually take this and just hold this to the post right here, and you know, have that as a handheld weapon if you want to, but that kind of looks ridiculous. Or you can actually take this and just plug this on the sides of his arms, just like how they go on Dino mode. And yeah, no. I mean, it kind of works as big gigantic gauntlets, but yeah, it's still no. So I'm not gonna plan to use these in robot mode. So yeah, because I'm gonna leave this guy in combined mode. So yeah, these do serve a purpose, but they serve a purpose as combined mode feet. That's all. Not weapons for your robot mode. No, they don't really work that way. So anyway, so let's move on to some size comparisons. Here is Power to Prime's Grimlock compared with Cyberverse Deluxe Class Grimlock, with the big boy Studio Series Leader Class Grimlock, with the Kingdom Leader Class Beast Wars and Megatron, with the Titans Return Hot Rod and the Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Jazz Just Because, and with one of the modern Voyagers that we got in the War for Cybertron Trilogy toy line, Earthrise Voyager Class Starscream. And kind of surprising that Grimlock is still taller than Starscream. I mean, as he should be. He's supposed to be big and beefy. He's supposed to be tall, so yeah. So that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Power of the Primes Voyager Class Grimlock. And this figure is okay in my opinion. I mean, he does look good in robot mode, but the proportions are just off. He's supposed to be chunky, he's supposed to be beefy, and this doesn't scream beefy or chunky. No, just no. This more screams skinny. Yeah, he totally looks like a skinny Grimlock. His Dino mode looks, he looks pretty good. But the tail is a little bit flat and a little bit too big, and yeah, the tail is a bit too big and flat, like a salamander. So that's what it is. And the little toes of the Dino mode. So that yeah. I mean, it's cute, but it shouldn't be that tiny. It shouldn't be that tiny. It should be big dino claws, you know. So, the articulation is decent enough. He really needed an ankle tilt, you know. He needed an ankle tilt, unfortunately, and maybe a wrist would do things a little bit better. Yeah, but you can still pose him really nicely like this, so that's pretty cool. The inclusion of the combined mode feet is really nice as well, so that's pretty cool. And the Enigma combination is pretty cool. You can actually have fun with that Enigma and just plug it into your other Tiny Return bodies as heads. So if you want to be funny about it, you can do it if you want to. Hey, all things you can do and all the fun stuff that you can do. But I do quite like the combined mode. The combined mode definitely looks great, in my opinion. The combined mode for this figure looks great. So I think Volcanicus would look awesome in the final combination video. That's pretty cool. So yeah, really nice. It's a decent figure. You know, it's a decent figure. Not a great figure. It's a decent figure. Emphasis on decent. So as far as ranking Grimlock from a scale of 1 to 10, I think he gets a fair 7 out of 10. So 7 out of 10. He's a decent figure. You know, he's still fun to mess with. So yeah. So yeah, they did a decent job. At least Power the Primes managed to give us some mainline Dinobots in this toy line. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you know when my new videos are up and ready. And you can always check out my Power of the Primes reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I'll post a link to that playlist in the description down below. And if you want to get this figure, you can try BigBadToyStore.com. If they still have it in stock, you can go get it. But you can still use BigBadToyStore.com for any availability for your other figures like Studio Series, Kingdom, Earthrise, and Siege, and all that good stuff. So I will post a link to that website in the description down below as well. So, and I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So they have the Transformers Power of the Primes Voyager class Dinobot Grimlock, and this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.